Yo, what's going on, guys? Rago here from Matt Kite. So we're just down here in Fort DeSoto doing some riding, doing some filming. We're posted up, living in this RV now. And this week we just wanted to do a quick video on the most sought after trick in kiteboarding. And we've done a ton of videos on the back roll, but we're gonna do a different angle, and it's your first back roll and how to do it in light wind. So let's get to it. Alright, so for the back roll, there's a ton of variations from hooked in to unhooked, inverted, non-inverted, adding grabs, taking it to blind, whatever you want. And for a lot of riders, it's kind of intimidating to get that first roll. And something I've talked about in a lot of videos now is doing things in light wind. And we don't always film a lot of videos in light wind. We have with like our kite loop videos and things like that, and it's almost essential. But for some people, even with just doing their first roll, it's a good idea to go out in like that 12 to 14, 15 knot range and just get out there and try things in super light winds. And to be honest, like, this isn't the kind of trick where you'd be proud to show your friends. You're not going to go bragging about this back roll, but if you can learn this technique and start practicing, what happens is you start getting the basic muscle memory down for different rotations, so you can take things into higher wind. So the technique for this, it's a little different with the kite timing and how you send and how you load, but it's close enough that if you start practicing this and then take it back into stronger winds, back rolls are going to feel super easy for you, and you're going to get this trick on lock. So the technique here is to get your light wind, load and pop, and sending the kite. So what you want to do is you almost want to oversend the kite. So you're gonna bring the kite to noon, and as you're sending it up, you're leaning back and you're loading up your edge, and you're gonna release that edge and pull on that bar just as the kite is passing noon and actually going to the other side of the wind window. And this is going to give you just enough power and loft to just get off the water. You're gonna come up a few feet, your kite's gonna be over here. So as you're bringing up the kite to noon, you'll start actually loading against the apparent wind that you're creating while you're sending the kite. And then you can sheet in the bar and pop as it's passing noon, kind of crossing over to the other side of the wind window. And what this does is it's going to create the little extra oomph that you need to get some power in these light wind scenarios. And practice this a few times, do some jumps, maybe try some jump transitions, whatever. Just work on getting a little bit of air. Now, when it comes to the back roll, it's almost easier because you're rolling with the kite, and that rolling motion actually helps you create that edge that you need while you're getting that little extra pop. So let's say you're going to the left and you're riding. Start riding, get as much speed as you can, start working the kite. You've got it around maybe 45 degrees, and then start sending the kite up and leaning back and loading that rail into your board. And pull hard on the backhand, look over your front shoulder, and sheet that bar in and pop off the water. Keep looking over your shoulder and just let yourself rotate. It doesn't have to be inverted. I like to tuck my knees in a little bit, and as you're coming around, the real trick is halfway through the roll, you've got to take your backhand off the bar. And what this will do is it will start to redirect the kite, which in light wind, because you've oversent the kite, you really do have to start sending it earlier. So taking your backhand off is going to force you to send the kite back forward. And because you're in light winds, it's not going to be intense, it's going to be really slow. You'll actually be lucky if you can get the kite back to a 45-degree angle. It'll probably be closer to just past noon in either direction. And you can see in these clips that the kite is like super high above me as I'm coming out of this roll. It's basically at noon as I'm coming down, and I'm just trying to get the kite forward to redirect it. And because chances are you're going to be on a bigger kite, things are moving slower. And what's nice about this is the crashes don't hurt. It's super confidence building. And like I said, this isn't going to be like a show-stopping trick where you where you do this and you're really proud and bragging about it. This is more of just a learning tool to go ride in lighter winds and develop your skills. And what you can do in these conditions is you can start working on doing all these basic flips, and even later on when you get more advanced, you can start working on taking things to blind, trying things that you're not comfortable with. In these conditions, a lot of people don't ride in them, but they're really prime conditions to work on things that you wouldn't want to work on when the wind is like 20 knots and you're gonna crash and take some hard slams and pay for it. So it's really a great time to progress and a great way to develop your kiteboarding, move things along forward. And this should be a super gentle, super chill feeling trick. And if you do this enough, what's going to happen is you're going to get confident, start trying powered back rolls later on with a kite low. You're going to feel confident doing sent back rolls. And as well, because you're practicing taking that backhand off super early in your progression, which you have no choice to because you need to redirect that kite, what'll happen is later on you can start trying to add grabs with your backhand, which really brings a whole new element to the trick and feels really good. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you next time.